Kirk, Frost, and Jasmine were finished with the drama, but this story is about to ignite because just when you reports are coming in that Kirk's house has been attacked, and guess who is on the scene? Center of the turbulence. Oh yeah, Jasmine. And trust me, the way it went down is straight out of a reality TV script because word on the street is that Kirk they recently filed for full custody of their child Kanan, and Jasmine, oh sister, did not take it well. According to witnesses, Jasmine arrived at Kirk's residence unannounced, shouting at the top of her lungs, breaking furniture, and even threatening Kirk square in the face. And it didn't stop there. Oh no, security was supposedly named in the fallout. It's about to become very ugly. So what pushed Jasmine over the line? And why did Kirk suddenly decide to assume complete custody? Kanan, and most importantly, what happens next? Oh honey, you better stay tuned in because the TM is about to rain. Sweetie, it's boiling, let's get into it. Because the current confrontation between Kirk, Frost, and Jasmine is so ugly, reality TV producers are probably sitting at home. Kirk and Jasmine have had their fair share of ups and downs, but this current blow-up is expected to change everything. So let's rewind a minute and explain how we got here. Because believe me, this is not a random fight. It is the result of years of hatred, treachery, and manipulation. It's all coming to a head, and it's all being played out in front of everyone. If you've been following Kirk and Jasmine's toxic relationship, you already know this. Their relationship has never been stable. Jasmine initially made waves when it was discovered that Kirk had fed a kid with her while still married to Rashida. Oh, you remember the incident that nearly destroyed love and hip-hop Atlanta? Kirk was out here playing house. Jasmine was behind Rashida's back, and when the truth was out, Rashida was humiliated on a global scale. Kirk's adultery was one thing. Nevertheless, fathering a child with Jasmine was a whole new level of disrespect, and despite the betrayal, Rashida remained around. But Kirk and Jasmine, the drama did not end when Kanan was born. Rather, it just became worse. Jasmine was out here wanting more money from Kirk, and not just CIS-desired luxury child support, which included pricey school tuition, stylish clothes, and sufficient funds to guarantee Kanan was living like a star baby. Kirk was not having it. Fast forward to the present day, Kirk and Jasmine have been fighting over custody for years. Has always had limited visitation rights with Kanan, and Jasmine made sure to keep it that way. Whenever Kirk attempted to get closer to the son, Jasmine would withdraw, out the receipts threatening to expose more of Kirk's shady behavior if he did not fall in line. And Kirk, oh Kirk, tried to play nice for a while until, according to sources acquainted with the situation, Jasmine crossed the line when she allegedly utilized Kanan to influence Kirk's control. Kirk could see his child demanding more money and even threatening to reveal more details about Kirk's personal life. So what did Kirk do? Baby Kirk? According to insiders, Kirk realized that the only way to keep Kanan and restore control of the situation was to file for total custody. Yes, full custody, no shared custody, no prolonged visitation. Kirk straight up filed for Kanan's permanent removal from Jasmine, and when people were surprised when the court documents were filed, and Jasmine seemed to have lost it. Sources claim she was utterly Kirk's choice caught Jasmine off guard, and she snapped. She supposedly started contacting Kirk incessantly and threatening him. Voicemails, furious text messages, and even approaching Frost Bistro to request to see him. But Kirk, oh Kirk, was done. He wasn't responding her calls, he wasn't responding to her texts. He had completely turned her off, and Jasmine couldn't handle it. And then came the moment that changed everything. On a late Saturday night, Jasmine appeared unexpected and unhinged at Kirk's home. Witnesses claimed Jasmine was yelling at the top of her lungs, hammering on the front door like she was trying to tear it down. And Kirk, well, he didn't open the door, but Jasmine wasn't going to go. Oh, she strolled right up to Kirk's car, the same nice SUV he had bought last year, and Jasmine purportedly began keying it. And when that didn't get Kirk's attention, she allegedly took a stone and hurled it directly through the O. You think that's bad, honey? It gets worse because as soon as Jasmine busted the window, the security cameras allegedly captured everything. And let's just say the video isn't flattering. Jasmine was reportedly seen on camera chanting Kirk's name and threatening to ruin his life if she didn't come outside, and the strangest thing was that she was doing all of this while cradling Cannon in her arms. Oh, she also brought Cannon into the problem, Jasmine. She said, "You're not taking my son away from me. You hear me over my dead body." And Kirk, eventually opened the door, but not to calm her down. According to witnesses, Kirk's security guards ran out and quickly attempted to persuade Jasmine to go, but she refused. Backing down, she allegedly attempted to force through security and inside the house, but the guards blocked her path and Jasmine completely lost it. Jasmine allegedly began throwing fists at the guards, kicking, swearing, and cursing Kirk out, while Kirk stood there shaking his head. Kirk allegedly stated, "You're out of control, Jasmine." Jasmine allegedly retorted, "Oh, you think you can take my son from me over my dead body?" The neighbors had already began gathering outside. Several were recording on their phones. The photographers had already arrived, and social media was going wild. #Jasmine loses it was trending within minutes, and when the cops finally arrived, it was game over for the police. Police arrived within 10 minutes, and footage of Jasmine being carried away in handcuffs quickly went viral. As the officials carried her away from the property, she cried, "He's lying. He's trying to steal my baby." And Kirk simply stood there with arms crossed. According to witnesses, Kirk went down and held Cannon while Jasmine stood crying. Kirk allegedly whispered, "It's okay, buddy. Daddy's got you," while being placed into the police car. Since just at the end of the live, Jasmine stated, "And don't worry, when I get to court, I'll show the genuine receipts." Kirk should be prepared because when the truth is revealed, you'll know who the actual criminal is. Excuse me, what genuine receipts is Jasmine talking about? And Kirk, he wasn't having it because less than an hour after Jasmine's live concluded, Kirk's attorney, according to a statement supplied to TMZ, Kirk Frost is seeking sole custody of his son Cannon due to the child's unstable and unpredictable behavior. Mother, he is committed to providing Cannon with a safe and secure environment. However, it gets better since Kirk didn't simply let his lawyer do the no. Kirk went straight to Instagram and published a picture of himself and Cannon at the park with the comment, "My son comes first always." Yeah, they were driving Jasmine, while Jasmine is out here hurling bricks through windows. Kirk might have been messy in the past, but right now, he appears to be the steady parent Jasmine requires before she loses custody permanently. But here's the catch. While Jasmine was, according to insiders, Kirk's legal team has already requested a temporary restraining order as the situation escalated online. Order to keep Jasmine away from him and Cannon until the custody hearing. And guess what? Jasmine allegedly disregarded the terms of the order by showing Jasmine was at Kirk's residence the night before, which means she might lose custody of Cannon as well as face criminal charges. The most bizarre aspect is that the custody hearing hasn't even begun yet. So the key issue now is, can Jasmine actually recover from this? Or did she simply toss any hope of retaining Cannon in her life? Because if Kirk's team has the receipts they claim to have, and if Rod genuinely gets on that witness stand, Jasmine may be done. But the drama is far from over because the custody hearing is scheduled for next week, and you already know the paparazzi will be there. And Jasmine, oh sis, better pray Kirk doesn't have any more dirt to bill, because from the looks of it, Kirk may be holding all the cards, and baby, the fallout is about to become messy. If you thought things couldn't get much messier, brace yourselves because Chapter 3 is about to. Following Jasmine's awful Instagram live, Kirk wasn't just sitting back and watching the drama play, but he was making power moves. Behind the scenes and the consequences, it's going to be horrific. Let me take you back to the morning after Jasmine's outburst, when Kirk was already up. Jasmine's live video had gone viral, with millions of views across TikTok, Twitter, as he sipped his coffee and read through the social media craze. And Instagram and the comments, they were savage. Jasmine really just admitted to spending Kirk's money on personal expenses. Thus, it's over for her, Kirk. better call his lawyer and request full custody immediately. Jasmine thought going live would assist her case be serious, and you know Kirk was, according to sources. Kirk was literally taking notes on everything Jasmine said throughout the live show because guess what? Jasmine just gave Kirk's legal team all of the proof they needed to destroy her in court. So when Jasmine confessed that Kirk had sending her money for Cannon, but she spent some of it for herself, which is a major issue because Kirk's legal team can now claim that Jasmine was abusing. According to a source close to Kirk's team, Kirk planned to use child support funds in court, which might be considered parental neglect. Said Jasmine just made Kirk's argument a lot easier. All Kirk's lawyers have to do now is dig up the live play in court, and voila, Jasmine's credibility, it gets even worse since Kirk's lawyers have now subpoenaed someone to testify in the custody hearing. Oh, Rod, you are not prepared for this one. Jasmine's ex is the same man who helped raise Cannon and has been low-key shading Jasmine for years. Kirk's lawyers persuaded him to flip, and clearly Rod is more than Rod has had enough of Jasmine's parenting. He has seen how unstable she is. According to insiders, Jasmine lost her cool when she realized Rod was testifying against her. Rod called 10 times in a row after hearing the news, and when he finally answered, she was shouting over the phone, "You really went with Kirk over me after everything. We've been through it," and Rod, he kept it simple. He allegedly added, "I'm doing what's best for Cannon," which set Jasmine off. Jasmine allegedly showed up at Rod's apartment later that day, beating on his door and yelling so loudly that the neighbors could hear security. Kirk was supposedly contacted to remove her from the building, and guess what? That small event was also documented in Kirk's legal files. Jasmine virtually gives Kirk has this custody case on a silver platter, but here's where things become even more twisted. Just when you thought Jasmine couldn't make anything worse for herself, she disclosed the final dangerous step that night. Jasmine showed up suddenly at Kirk's restaurant with Cannon. Yes, after obtaining, Jasmine arrived at Kirk's shop after being slapped with a restraining order for inciting a viral fury and discovering that Rod was testifying against her. Nothing had transpired. Purportedly, Jasmine entered the restaurant with Cannon by her side, pretending everything was oak, while Kirk was reportedly sitting. When he saw her at the pub, his manner changed dramatically, according to witnesses. He stood up and walked right up to her. "What are you doing here, Kirk?" Allegedly stated through gritted teeth. "I'm here to chat," Jasmine answered quietly. "We don't have anything to talk about," Kirk shot back. According to witnesses, Kirk was attempting to remain cool, but Jasmine was causing a ruckus, and Cannon was standing there, looked perplexed as Jasmine began to raise her voice, and Jasmine screamed from the back of the cop cruiser, "You're going to regret this, Kirk, I swear. Oh God, you're going to regret this, and you already know social media ate it up." Kirk actually called the cops on Jasmine, and Jasmine was arrested while Kirk hugs Cannon. Oh, this is some next level drama. Jasmine has lost her mind. And the craziest part is that this was only the beginning, since now that Jasmine is facing charges, Kirk is going ahead with his custody battle. Things are about to get messier, and baby, the fallout is coming, and Jasmine, oh, she is unprepared for what is about to happen next. Okay, let's resume up where we left off, because if you thought Jasmine's tantrum at Kirk so honey, you haven't seen anything yet. For as Jasmine was led away in handcuffs, the internet went into complete meltdown mode. Followers. People were already divided over the custody dispute, but when the video of Jasmine's incarceration went viral, it was open season, and let me tell you, people were not holding back. Twitter was on fire. Jasmine genuinely lost at this time. Kirk better get full custody at this point. She showed up at his house with the child. She began breaking things. Certainly she needs treatment, but I believe Kirk may have drove her to this. And the craziest part is the footage of Jasmine. According to the official, being held wasn't the hardest part. As soon as the police report was out, the real story began to emerge. Jasmine was charged with trespassing, property destruction, and resisting police, but that's not even the worst of it. According to the report, Kirk asked for a restraining order before to Jasmine's arrival at the house, just trying to get custody of Cannon. He was actively trying to keep Jasmine away from him and his son, and when the blogs got wind of that, people lost their heads. One admirer tweeted, "So Kirk has been trying to get rid of Jasmine. Oh, this man had a plan." And another added, "Jasmine needs to sit down." If Kirk obtained a restraining order prior to her outburst, it shows she has been acting insane for some time. But now is where things go very bad. While Jazz was suffering in a holding cell attempting to find out how her life spiraled out of control, Kirk was already working behind the scenes to ensure, according to insiders. Kirk immediately called his lawyer following Jasmine's arrest, intending to file for, and Kirk wasn't wasting any time. He was ready to take Cannon away from Jasmine permanently, and honestly, given the way Jasmine acted. According to those close to the incident, Kirk's legal team intends to argue that Jasmine is Kirk's crew has already gathered evidence, including Jasmine's irregular behavior. Nameless statements about her yelling and arguing in front of Cannon prove Jasmine's utilization of child support during the preceding year. Payments for personal expenses such as luxury bags and exotic trips. But that isn't even the worst part, because guess who Kirk's lawyers are? Jason's ex-partner, Rod, will be called as a witness. Oh, you remember Rod, the same Rod who helped raise Cannon and essentially stepped in as a father figure when Kirk was out here wielding allegedly. Rod has been fed up with Jasmine for a while now. Sources indicate Rod has been telling people that Jasmine has been spiraling for months, and he's ready to testify that she's been emotionally unstable and manipulative to Cannon. And when the site started speculating about Rod, Jasmine's crew switched to full damage control mode. Jasmine cried, "You are not taking my son from me. Do you honestly think this is going to strengthen your case?" Kirk asked. "You started this, Kirk, now finish it." At this point, security had already begun heading toward them. But Jasmine wasn't done. She walked closer to Kirk and said, "You think you've won? You think you're going to take the Cannon from me? You don't even know what's next." And Kirk, well, he was done. He turned to the security guard and said, "Get her out of here." Jasmine screamed as security carried her away. From Kirk, "You can't do this to me. You can't take my son." And Cannon, oh poor Cannon, was standing there screaming as security escorted Jasmine out of diner. Kirk allegedly rushed over to his son and cuddled him while Jasmine was still screaming outside. And the worst part was that it was all filmed on. Yes, an inquisitive diner at the restaurant grabbed out their phone and filmed the entire incident. And you surely know the footage hit the internet. Within the footage shows Jasmine being dragged out by security while Kirk remained there holding Cannon, appearing calm and controlled. Jasmine appears to be a steady parent, and this isn't helping her case at all. I feel sorry for Cannon, since the child doesn't need all of this chaos and you. Kirk's crew was ecstatic since the footage essentially validated Kirk's point. Jasmine is unstable, unpredictable, and a threat to Cannon's mental health. According to an individual close to Kirk, this film is just what Kirk's lawyers needed. At this point, Jasmine has effectively given Kirk custody, but here's the real kicker. After the tape went viral, Jasmine's lawyer allegedly dropped her as a client, saying, "Yeah, I'm out." She'd been violating her lawyer's advice for weeks, showing up at Kirk's house and restaurant after getting slapped with the restraining order. But it was the final, according to insiders. Kirk's legal team is currently attempting to declare Jasmine mentally crazy, which would give Kirk full legal and physical custody of Cannon and Jasmine. Oh honey, she's spinning. The next day, she returned to Instagram and posted a lengthy, "I'm not insane. I'm a mother who adores her child." You don't know the whole story, but at this point it may be too late because the court hearing is soon coming. And with Rod set to testify, the viral video of Jasmine's outburst, and Jasmine's own live working against her, Kirk is ready to win this case easily. But the drama is far from over since Jasmine isn't going down without a fight, sources say. Tell her that she's ready to release her own legal bombshell in court, and if it's true, it might reveal some of Kirk's darkest secrets. Will Jasmine perform a miracle and keep custody of Cannon, or will Kirk walk away with complete control over his son's future? Has dirt on Kirk. Oh honey, this might not end as Kirk expects. One thing is certain, the custody dispute is about to become even. Messier keeps tuned because that the court day has arrived, and it will be so. The main question is, what will happen next? Will Kirk walk away? Has Jasmine obtained complete custody? One final trick in my sleeve. And what will Rod actually take Kirk's side in court? Oh honey, this is a hardship. It is far from over. Please share your ideas. In the comments, do you think Jasmine stands an opportunity or Kirk is about to take the win? And if you're prepared for the next explosive update, hit that subscription. Click the symbol to activate notifications because, trust me, the next installment of this drama, oh, this is about to get more dirtier.